Have you ever paused, slowed down, and tried to look into your dog's eyes? Maybe even from their point of view? Do you really understand how your dog thinks and feels? I do. Zeus, hug, kiss, kiss, good boy. Now, if you feel a bit lost or overwhelmed with all these questions, you can relax and have some peace of mind because you're in great hands. I'm a former elite Army canine handler turned celebrity dog trainer. And I've been fortunate enough to have literally trained thousands of dogs. And in that time, dogs have taught me lessons that I likely would have never received from any human. So today, I'm going to share with you the life lessons that dogs teach us and why I feel dogs were put on earth as mankind's best friend. Now, have any of you ever experienced your significant other coming home and greeting the dog with a smile, baby talk, and praise for no apparent reason? Any of you? Okay, well, if you can't relate, we'll use my dog Zeus, a 4-year-old Belgian Malinois, to demonstrate. It looks like this. Oh, hi, boy, how are you? Oh, I missed you. Did you protect the house? Did you protect the house? Did you? Oh, hey, babe, did you check the mail? Of course, after seeing your cheesy, smiling partner greet the dog that way, you're ready for the same. So you have your arms ready for that big hug. And maybe your lips puckered for that kiss. I'm sure that's how you do it too, right? But you'd be lucky to have your partner even look in your direction. No hug, no kiss, and definitely not a feeling of being rewarded. Imagine what our relationships would be like if we treated our loved ones the same way we treat our dogs when we come home. How important would those that mean so much to us feel if we greeted them with total enthusiasm? Now, to be fair, I didn't always have this insight. In fact, I have military working dogs to thank for it. I didn't realize it at the time, but it came with a price. While serving as an explosive canine handler, dogs were the only beings I felt safe with. I viewed people as dangerous. Getting shot at by strangers in a combat zone will give you the sense of feeling that you can't trust anyone. In fact, everyone and everything was suspicious to me. Most importantly, I had walls up when it came to my emotions and my connections with people. But dogs were the one being I could get close to. I could have feelings for them. And yes, I could even love them. Now, to be real with you, even my love for dogs was conditional. As long as they were performing and doing as I had wanted, I could love them. I remember my very first bomb threat sweep. I was panicked and just outright rude to my canine Zito. I rushed Zito into the car, and with the lights and sirens wailing through the street on the way to the bomb threat, Zito must have felt my anxiousness because he wouldn't stop barking. I yelled, "Just shut up!" After the search was over, as I took Zito back to the kennel, we locked eyes and we connected. And I apologized for how I talked to him. And I'll never forget how he looked at me with those deep, almond-shaped eyes. He intuitively said, "I loved you then, and I still love you now." Zito gave me the gift of unconditional love. Can you think of a person or a time in your life where your love seemed to come and go like mine had? If so, I encourage you to ignore that little voice in your head that might be trying to protect your feelings or even your heart. Instead, lean in and embrace love. Love without expectation and love unconditionally, just like Zito showed me. One of the cool things of training thousands of dogs is I've come to learn that dogs, they're actually a lot like people in that they come in a variety of different personalities. You have the happy-go-lucky ones. You know the type. They think everybody wants to be their friend, so they sniff every dog's butt and sometimes people's privates. Super awkward at times. Then there's the does not play well with others type of dog. They're a bit stuck up and seem to have a problem for no apparent reason. That was me for most of my life. But what I've seen many times after two dogs have an intense and abrasive fight, it'll blow your mind. After a fight, dogs will lick each other and make up. They will be in each other's presence. And look, this is hard to believe, but they'll lay down next to one another as if nothing had happened. Next time you are in a conflict, think of dogs and how quickly they get over drama. Dogs don't take things personally. So I ask each of you to look deep within and ask yourself, is the signal that you're sending to those that are most important to you that of enthusiasm when in their presence? Or have you been taking that for granted? Ask yourself, have you been giving your loved ones the unconditional love you give your dog? And lastly, ask yourself, have you been taking things too personally? Is there maybe a grudge that you haven't settled? Now look, I'm a SoCal guy. And like a lot of people in LA, at times I get caught up in the rat race. And I've been known to put my business before my loved ones. As I get wiser, that means older, it just sounds a little bit better. I've learned to embrace some of the values that I see in smaller towns, like taking the time to smile at a stranger, feeling grateful for this incredible weather, and having appreciation for modern conveniences. By taking the time to connect to one another, similar to how we relate and connect to our pets, it opens our minds to bigger thinking, to have an immeasurable impact on our collective future. One of the most beautiful things about life is, in any given moment, we can change. We can choose to treat others with enthusiasm so they feel valued. We can love unconditionally so others know they are enough. And we can stop taking things so personally so that we don't let those little things get in the way of our big feelings. Dogs were put on earth to teach us humans life lessons. And it's no coincidence that dog is God spelled backwards. Thank you.